Guess what? Is here! I just got my acceptance letter from college! It's here! What? Already? I didn't expect it to be here so soon. So what does it say? Go on then. Open it quickly. I am dying to find out what it says. Don't keep me waiting. Oh, just open it already. Hold on, give me a second. Oh my god, I am so excited and nervous that I can't get it open. Don't rush me. You're making it harder for me to actually open now. Pass it here then. I will open it for you. You're taking too long to do it. Mom, no! I want to do it myself. This is important for me. Just hang on for another second. There we go. Let's see here. I got in! I got it! I'm going to college! I got into the school I wanted! Oh, honey, that's such good news. Congratulations. I always knew that's what it would say. I just knew it. There's no way that you wouldn't have gotten in. I am so proud of you. Congratulations. This is such good news. Thanks, Mom. I thought it would be fine as well, but there was always a little bit of doubt in the back of my mind. You just never know, you know? I was getting nervous that I might have messed something up during the application or whatever else. Or maybe all the other applicants were better than me. Nonsense. When it comes to you, there's nothing to worry about at all. You need to be more confident in your abilities. I always knew that this was the only outcome there would be. I need to go and call your father and tell him the good news. Give me a second. What the hell is everyone yelling about? Can you shut up? I was on the phone and you two just started screaming out of nowhere. What's the big idea? Why the hell are you both making so much noise? Sophie, sorry, but my acceptance letter arrived today. I got into college! Can you believe it? Okay, and so what? Big deal. Pretty much everyone goes to college these days. What are you so proud of? Do you think you're special or something for doing something that almost everyone else does? Well, I guess more and more people go. But I got into the school that I wanted and I'm going to be studying the subject that I want to do the most. I think that's something to be proud of myself for. Which is what? I know it's going to be something stupid. You don't even remember? I have told you so many times what I wanted to study. Maybe you have, but I don't care about the stupid things that you blab to me about. I don't want to waste my time listening to all of that. It's not something stupid. I am going to study to be a journalist. That's an important job, you know. People need to know the truth about what happens in the world. I thought you said it wasn't something stupid. That's one of the dumbest things I have ever heard. Don't you think there are enough journalists already? And no one even watches the news anymore. They just get their news online or through podcasts and whatever else. Maybe old people still watch the news, but that's about it. What a useless job. You're so damn stupid. You probably won't even find a job in the end. People do still watch the news, and those who don't often don't trust it because some journalists lie about things. That's the sad reality of the media right now. But it doesn't have to be like that. It wasn't before, and it doesn't have to stay like that. I can become a journalist and change all of that. I can report with honesty about what is going on in the world. There is always a need for journalists. Yeah, of course. You're going to go out there and change the world all by yourself. No one was able to do it before, but you're different, right? You're going to do it all on your own because you're just so special. You need to get over yourself. Give me a break. That's not how the world works. One person can't change anything on their own. Why do you always have to be like this? Can't you just be happy for me once in your life? Even if you don't agree with me being a journalist or think it's a stupid job, this is what I want to do. You don't have to like it, but you could at least be a little bit more supportive. And I don't think that I will change something all on my own. There must be other people who think the same as me. As time goes on, I will meet more and more of them, and then we can do something about it together. It will be hard, but I know it's possible. It's not even the journalism that I don't agree with. It's the whole idea of college. I mean, what's even the point? You just finished going to school for 12 years, and now you're going to go for another 4? And for what? To be saddled with tens of thousands of dollars of debt and no good job prospects? What a great idea! The point is to get specialized education to work in certain fields. What's not to understand about that? You can't get certain jobs without having that extra education. It's important to learn more about one specific subject. And also get saddled with so much debt that you're going to spend the rest of your life paying it off. And you probably won't even get a job with your degree. Some degrees might be more worth it, but yours certainly won't be. Everyone says that degrees are useless these days, and you're still just going to end up working a minimum wage job with a fancy piece of paper hanging up on your bedroom wall. I'm sure that you're going to end up in that sort of situation. I don't know what you're so happy about knowing that. I am confident that I will be able to make it work, even if the job market isn't what it once was. I don't know why you have to be so negative about it all the time. It wouldn't hurt you to just say something supportive. I am not even being negative. I am being realistic. People can't get jobs, and the jobs they can get don't even pay enough. Look at all the people making millions of dollars streaming and making TikToks. Do you think they need a degree for that? No, of course they don't. But your fancy bit of paper will barely get you a fraction of the money that they earn, even if you're lucky enough to even find work in the first place. Those other people can do whatever they like with their time. If they want to make content and videos online, then all the power to them. And if they can get paid for it as well, then that's even better. But it's not always about the money. It's also about following what your heart says and to do what you think is right to make the world a better place. That's what I am going to do, even if the money isn't that good. You sound like such a child. Of course, it's all about the money. You can't live on good vibes and a warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart. You need cold, hard cash to have a good life. And money is the only thing that buys expensive clothes and nice cars. This is where you're out of your depth completely. This is why I didn't even bother going to college. I could see that there was no point at all. I am just going to use my looks to find a rich man and have him pay for everything while I sit around the house and look pretty on dates. Maybe I can even start some social media accounts showing people how I live. There are a bunch of accounts that are super popular like that. Well, you have always been really beautiful, but will that make you happy? What if the guy you meet is really rich, but you don't get along or your personalities aren't compatible? That doesn't sound like the best way to look for a partner. It could end with you being really miserable. Rich, maybe, but miserable. Will it make me happy? Of course it will. His money will make me happy, and that's all I care about. It would be a plus if he's good looking as well, but the money comes first. And if he turns out to be too different or we can't get along, then I will find another guy. Money might not grow on trees, but rich men who are desperate for a beautiful wife are everywhere. I'm going to be spoilt for choice. You should worry about yourself instead of worrying about me. I know that I am going to be fine. When was the last time you even had someone look your way? Don't answer that, by the way. We both know what the answer is already. Okay, well, if that's what you want to do, then you can do it and live your life like that. I don't really agree with that kind of lifestyle, but I am not going to talk badly about it. So why can't you do the same for me? Can't you just be a little supportive or at least not be so negative about what I want to do with my life? Can you really not even see the difference? You can't say anything bad against what I plan to do because it's the right way to go about living in this day and age. Focus on the money first and then the other stuff. But what you're doing is completely idiotic. There's no way that I am going to support you in any way, shape, or form. I just can't understand that at all. You're my sister. There's nothing wrong with being a little happy for me when I achieve something. And what did you achieve? You're going to pay to go to college. So is that even an achievement? And then you're going to be riddled with debt and not have any freedom for the next 4 years. I don't see it as you having done anything good at all. Just deal with it. You will see what a big mistake you have made later down the line when none of your dreams work out. Melanie, what are you even still doing here? I thought you would have gone by now. I have been waiting for you to leave. I wanted to turn your room into my own walk-in closet, but all your crap is still in there. When are you going to get out of here? What are you talking about, Sophie? Why would I be leaving? I don't need to go anywhere. Do you know about something that I don't? What do you mean? I thought you said you were going to go to college. Or did you actually listen to what I said and give up on that stupid idea? Of course I didn't give up on that. Why would you even think that? There's no chance that I would give up on my dreams so easily. So why are you still here? Shouldn't you be moving into a dorm about now? Isn't that what usually happens? I was hoping that you would be out of here sooner rather than later. Oh, is that what you thought? But my college campus is in the city. I don't need to go and stay there. It would make sense to do that if I was going to a college out of state or something, but I am not. Are you kidding me? And here I was getting excited about you leaving and not having to see your stupid face anymore. So not only are you going to college, but you're going to also miss out on the best part about it? What do you mean? What am I going to miss out on? Are you talking about living in a dorm? I don't see what would be so good about that. I would have to pay extra to stay in a dorm and it wouldn't be worth the money. Are you crazy? Of course I am talking about living in a dorm. That's supposed to be the one good thing about college. You live with a bunch of people and make heaps of friends and go to parties all the time. It's so typical that you're not even going to do that. I bet you won't see the inside of even one frat house the entire 4 years that you go to college, right? I don't really care about any parties. That's not what I am going there for. If I want to, I can always go out on the weekend as normal anyway. But I am going there to study and I want to do my absolute best the whole time I am there. Living there and going to parties would just distract me from my goals. It also means that I can save money because I want to get a part-time job as well as study at the same time. Paying for the job wouldn't be feasible. Oh my god, you're so boring. Why couldn't I have had a cool younger sister? I got stuck with the biggest nerd in the whole country. Wasn't 12 years of school enough for you? I can't believe you're so excited to keep studying. I was so happy when high school ended and I was free from that crap. Now I can focus on the stuff that really matters in life without school taking up most of my life. The stuff that really matters in life? And what might that be for you exactly? Looking hot as hell, obviously. It takes a lot of effort to stay up to date on all the latest fashion trends and looks. And that's why I wanted you to leave so that I could use your room. I have so many clothes that they're starting to not even fit in my closet. It's so hard to keep them organized and find everything easily. It's a nightmare having it all just in my room. So my room was going to just be a bigger closet for you then? That's what you wanted me gone for? Yeah, exactly. What's with that look? You got a problem with that or something? Why would it matter what I was going to use your room for? Do you care? It's not like you were going to be here in any case. Yeah, I do mind actually. Even if I was going to live on campus, I would still come back from time to time. And that's my room. I have been living there ever since we moved here when I was like 6 years old. You can't just change it into a closet for yourself. That's not fair on me. It's my room and I have memories here. It's just a room, for God's sake. Calm down. There's no need to get all emotional and sentimental about a damn room. And now that you're not leaving, I guess I can't use it anyway. Damn it! I was really relying on that extra space. Now what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to put all of my stuff? You could just get rid of some of your clothes, couldn't you? Do you really need so many clothes that you don't even have enough room for them in your bedroom? That sounds like too much to me. Either that or you just manage in the same way that you have been managing up until now. Are you really that stupid? Of course I need my clothes. I'm not just going to get rid of them. There are so many different cute outfits that I can make with them. And I am not going to be an outfit repeater, ever. But there have to be some things that you haven't worn for a while, right? Why not get rid of them? You can't have the time to wear everything. Or at least just stop buying any new pieces of clothing until you really need it. You don't need to buy something new every week. You don't understand anything at all. I buy so much because I do need it. You're just so clueless. The season trends are always changing and I need to constantly update my wardrobe for it. I mean, did you even see the last Balenciaga fashion show? Who am I kidding? Of course you didn't. Why am I even asking you that? Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I don't see why clothes and staying up to date is so important. Can't you just wear what you want and not think about it too much? I'm just wasting my time with you now. God, this put me in a bad mood. I had the whole thing set up perfectly in my mind. I sometimes can't believe that we're really sisters. If I hadn't seen you being born, I would have thought that you were adopted. So, tell me about him then. You can't just say that and leave it there. What's he like? What's his name? How did you meet him? Oh, Mom, come on. Don't be so nosy about it. It's not that big of a deal. I am not being nosy. I am your mother. Of course I want to know about my daughter's new boyfriend. You're making this into more of a big deal by not answering my questions and deflecting. It makes me more curious because of that. Okay, fine. His name is Ben. He's actually 2 years older than me, but he is in one of my classes. We got put on a project together at the start, and then we got along really well, and then one thing led to another, so to speak. We hit it off, and then he ended up asking me on a date even after the project was done. That's such a classic thing to happen. It's so very college. But how come he is in your class if he is 2 years older than you? Shouldn't he have taken this class already when he joined the college? Or did he start later? No, it's not that. He's been at college for 2 years already, but he's not actually taking the same course as me. He is just taking this class as an extra that he chose. It's possible for students taking one major to take a few classes from different majors as well. It's fine as long as they complete the classes that are required for their degree. Oh, I see. But won't that be extra work for him? How come he chose this particular class? And what's his major then, if it's not the same as yours? It is extra work, but he decided that he was okay with it. He's a very good student in general and is always on top of things. He told me that he wanted to just have a bit better media literacy because there is so much difference in news coverage these days. Especially with so much news coming out online and not just from regular news outlets. He said he thought it was important to be aware of how to interpret the information he was hearing. That's very proactive of him. I never even thought of it in that way. Yeah, he's really big on being literate all around and not hyper-focusing on one subject, I guess. He figured that this class would be good for him, and I am glad that he decided to take it. He's actually an engineering student, and usually they have really heavy workloads. It wouldn't be too difficult for him to have just not even bothered to take anything extra. Wow, engineering! What kind of engineering is he learning about? Is it software engineering? That seems to be really big these days, right? Some of my friends say that their sons have all gone into that field. No, he's not doing that. But you are right that it's a huge field at the moment. There are loads of software engineering students too. But he is doing civil engineering. He is very organized and wants to somehow fix a lot of the infrastructure issues that we're having in the US. Wow, that's so nice. He sounds like a lovely young man. So, when am I going to get to meet him then? Why don't you bring him around for dinner sometime? It's too early for that, Mom. I don't want to scare him away. Meeting the parents isn't something that happens after just a few weeks. Just give me a bit more time and then you will meet him eventually, okay? Oh, you worry so much about these small things. I am sure he won't mind or think it's weird. Please, Mom. Just be a little bit patient with it. I really like him and don't want to scare him off with something like that. Fine. If you feel so strongly about it. But I do want to meet him as soon as possible. You're not usually the girl to have boyfriends, you know. Sorry, I didn't mean that in any sort of bad way. But Sophie has always been going out with a new boy every other weekend. This has got to be the first boyfriend you have had since Matt back when you were in middle school, right? Or was there someone else that you never told me about? No, you're right. I haven't had a boyfriend since Matt, and that barely even counted because it was just in middle school. But Ben is really great. Don't worry. I will make sure to introduce him to you and Dad when the time is right. You better! Don't forget! Mom was blabbing about the fact that you got a boyfriend. It was really annoying how excited she was about it. She was acting as though she won the lottery or something. I didn't even believe her, so I wanted to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Well then, did you really manage to get a boyfriend? I don't see how that would be possible, though. Yeah, actually, I did. Why is that such a big deal? Why would it not be possible? I don't believe it. Yeah. Someone fell for you? What an idiot. Don't get me wrong, though. It's not a big deal at all. I get a new boyfriend whenever I want, but Mom never seems to make such a big deal about it. I swear I heard her call like 3 different friends to tell them the news. She's really clueless. Mom doesn't make a big deal about it exactly because you have a new boyfriend all the time. It's hard to even keep up with their names. It's like a revolving door of different guys. It would be too exhausting for her to even try and act as though it was something new or exciting happening. And what's wrong with that, huh? I told you that I am trying to find myself a rich guy, and that takes some effort as well. You never really know if they're actually loaded with money or if they're just faking it on the surface. Half the time they're faking it, but I drop those guys more or less as soon as I can. I don't need to be wasting my time with broke boys. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. You're free to do what you like. It's your life. You can make your own choices. I'm just telling you why Mom doesn't make a big deal about it. There would be no point. Not even you make a big deal out of it. Yeah, whatever. So then, tell me about him. Who's the lucky guy? I can't even begin to imagine who would want to date you. There's a reason you haven't had a boyfriend in years, after all. He's just a guy who is in one of my classes. His name is Ben, and he is an engineering student. He's really great. I will probably ask him over for dinner sometime later when I think the time is right and you will meet him. Mom was really excited about meeting him, so I will have to invite him over. Engineering? Of course he is an engineering student. That explains everything in just a few words. I really should have been able to guess that without even asking you. And if you do ever invite him over, I am going to make sure that I am out of the house for that. I don't need to be involved in all of that. What is that supposed to mean? Do you have a problem with people who study engineering now? How does his major explain anything at all? I don't have a problem with them or anything, but everyone knows that they're the kind of guys who have barely even spoken to a girl before. They spend their days on the computer doing God knows what and never have the courage to even look at a girl. You know what I mean? So it's no big surprise that it's one of those guys who you managed to trick into dating you. He probably isn't even aware that other women exist. That's why he's gone for you, out of all people. I didn't trick anyone into anything. Actually, he was the one who invited me out on a date first. And do you really think that there aren't any girls at college? That's obviously not the case. You should know that even if you never went to college yourself. Is it really that hard for you to believe that someone might take an interest in me naturally? Yes, actually. It is that difficult to believe. Just look at you. Do you really think that if the two of us were in the same room at the same time that anyone would look at you instead of me? Don't even answer that question. The answer is no, they wouldn't. But luckily for you, I am not stupid enough to even be in that college in the first place. Anyway, have fun with that brat guy while it lasts. I am sure he will wake up soon enough and notice how many better girls there are than you. His name is Ben! It's not Brad. Hey, Sophie. Have you seen my bag? The new one that I got? It's kind of a deep red color. I could have sworn that I left it on my bed before, but now I can't find it anywhere. I need it for tonight as well. Oh, so that was your bag after all, huh? I didn't think that I had ever seen you carry that anywhere, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, it is mine. So you have seen it then. Where was it? I can't find it anywhere. Oh, I don't have it anymore. Why did you need it for tonight? I'm going on a date with my boyfriend and I wanted to wear that bag today. But what do you mean you don't have it anymore? So you had it before? What did you do? I saw it on your bed and thought that it looked pretty nice. I was shocked that you even had something like that. I figured that it might not even be yours, to be honest. You have never had any sense to buy anything good. Anyway, then I took it to try out with a new outfit I was trying out. I thought that the color would go well with my skirt. What? You took it without even asking me? Where is it now? I need it back. You can't just take things like that without even asking. Why were you even in my room in the first place? I was just feeling bored, so I was going to your room to tease you a bit. You weren't there, but then I saw the bag. I don't have it anymore, though, like I said before. What is that supposed to mean? Where is it then? Who has it? I don't know. Some random in Oregon. I took it out and then I decided that I didn't like it that much after all. It was too dark in color. A bright red would have been better for me. Why the hell does someone in Oregon have it? That makes no sense. I sold it on Depop. I didn't want to have it anymore, so I thought it would sell for a little bit of cash. I didn't get very much for it, though. You sold it? What is wrong with you? Ben got me that bag as a gift. How could you just take it and sell it like that? What am I supposed to tell him now? Oh, it was a gift from your boyfriend? So you're still together then? That's pretty funny, isn't it? That explains why I never saw you with anything like that before. You can just tell him that you didn't like it and sold it for some extra money. I'm not going to do that. It's not even true. I really liked that bag. Then you can tell him what happened. I don't care if he gets angry at me about it. I mean, what is he even going to do about it? You need to get it back for me. That bag was important to me. Can't you get it back from the person who you sold it to? Like a refund thing? I can't just get it back. I sold it already. If it's so important, then go to Oregon and try to track it down. Don't be stupid. You know I can't do that. Obviously not. You don't have any idea who bought it. Why do you have to be like this? You have no right to just take and sell my things. Well, this wouldn't have happened if you didn't still live here. I could have just been using that room as a big closet and everything would be fine. Keep that in mind. It's your fault for staying. You're insane! You're completely unbelievable! Finally, you're moving out. I can't believe it took you this long. I wish you had left earlier. It would have made things better for everyone. You could have just moved out yourself if you wanted to not have me in the picture so badly. Why should I leave? I will leave when I am good and ready. It makes sense that you leave first anyway. How does that make sense? You're older than me, so if anyone was moving out, it should have been you, right? No, I am older, so I have lived here longer. No, you haven't. We moved into this house together. We lived here for the same amount of time. Whatever. I meant that I have lived with Mom and Dad longer than you have, so I have more of a right to live here than you do. That doesn't even begin to make any sense. But I don't care. I am not going to argue with you about it now. I'm moving in with my boyfriend and that's that. You know what? You can even use my room for your stupid closet. I don't even care about that anymore. I wasn't happy with the idea when you mentioned it before, but it doesn't matter to me anymore. Do what you want. Like, I need your permission to do that. I am going to start moving my stuff in as soon as you're out of this door. But hold on. How did your boyfriend even have enough money to get a place for the two of you? I thought he was still in college with you. And I know that you don't have any money. He started college sooner than me because he is your age. He's graduating soon and he already got an offer from a good company for a good position. He's going to start working there before too long, so that's how it's going to be. He will cover things for me while I am still in college, and then we will split afterwards when I get a job. He's going to make you split everything? I thought for a second that you might have actually gone my route somehow and found a guy that was going to provide for you. But I guess that's too much to expect from you. Ben will provide for me while I am in college so that I can focus on school. After that, we will share the load. I don't want someone to pay for everything for me when I am perfectly capable of working. I am not lazy and selfish like you are. You just want to use people for what they can give you and what they can do for you. We might be sisters, but we're definitely not alike at all. No, we're not at all alike, and thank God for that. I would hate to be anything like you. I can't say that I am at all sorry to see you leave. It's about time, really. I am only sorry that you couldn't have left sooner than now. That would have made things better for me in many ways. It's going to be great to have more space and use your room for my clothes. And I won't even have to see you day to day. Well, I am really happy for you then, Sophie. I am also happy to be moving out. But not for any petty reasons like yours. I am moving forward with my life and going on to the next step with someone I care about and who cares about me. Yeah, whatever. You keep thinking that. You've always been so damn naive and stupid. It makes me sick. Now hurry up and get your stuff out of here. I have a lot of things I need to move. The sooner you're out, the better. Hey, Sophie. How have you been recently? We haven't seen or spoken to each other in a while. How is everything with you? What do you want? I like not having to speak to you anymore. Why are you ruining the peace that I had without you in my life? Did your boyfriend finally break up with you and now you want your room back or something? Because that's not happening, no matter how much you beg me. Your room is mine now, and I am not giving it back to you. That's not at all why I am messaging you. I am not going to be moving back home. And Ben hasn't broken up with me. We're still very much together. Then what do you want from me? What's the point of ruining the peace I had? I thought we had an unspoken agreement to not bother each other. I wanted to invite you to our wedding. Ben proposed and we're getting married a few months from now. It's just going to be a small ceremony with family though, so we're just contacting people directly instead of sending out invitations. What? You're getting married? That's so funny. I can't believe what I am hearing. I never figured that your boyfriend would be stupid enough to actually propose to you. Maybe stupid enough to date you, but not to marry you. But I don't want to go to that either way. What a joke. What? You're not going to come to the wedding? Why not? You can't seriously consider not being there. Didn't I just tell you that I liked not having you in my life? Why would I want to go out of my way to see you when I don't want to? I know that we might not get along that well, but you're still my sister. And this is something important. This is my wedding that we're talking about. Can't you come just for this one thing? It would mean a lot for me to have my whole family there. Aren't Mom and Dad enough? I bet they're going too, aren't they? Of course they're going to come. But it would feel strange to not have you there. Well, then you can spend your wedding day feeling strange, whatever that means. I am not coming. You said yourself that it's going to be a small ceremony. Why the hell would I want to go to a wedding like that? If it was a huge party, then maybe I would consider it, but a small ceremony? Forget it. I'm too good to show up to something like that. Are you sure you won't change your mind? I don't think it's asking too much for you to come. It won't be a huge party, but it's still going to be a wedding. I don't care, and it is too much to ask me for. Now, is that all you wanted from me? Because I have had enough of talking to you. In fact, I don't think I ever want to talk to you again. It was so nice for me not having to speak to you anymore. Let's keep it that way. Don't message me again.
Hey, I have something really weird to tell you about. I don't really know how I am even supposed to start. It's a little uncomfortable, so I wasn't really sure if I should mention it or not, but I decided that it was best to say something about it.
What's going on? What happened? This isn't like you at all.
I know, but I haven't really ever been in a situation like this before either. Just hear out the whole story before you say anything, okay?
Okay. But you're making me worried the way you are talking about it. Just tell me already what happened.
A couple of days ago, I started getting messages from this person online, right?
I don't really like the sound of where this is going.
And I wasn't really replying because it was kind of weird and all. But she was really persistent and then even asked me out on a date. I was very clear about the fact that I am married and I said no, of course. I would never go on a date with someone else. Don't worry, I never had any intention of going on a date with her or anything. I can honestly promise you that.
Okay. And then what? What did they say to you?
They didn't say anything too important or anything in particular. I could have just blocked them and left it at that.
So then why didn't you do that? Is it that hard to just block some random on the internet?
Well, if it was just some random person, I would have just blocked them and moved on as though nothing had happened.
So it's not a random person? Do you know who she is? Is it someone from work or something? How do you know this person? How do they know you?
No, they're not someone who I know. Not really. It's someone who you know, though. That's what makes this whole thing so uncomfortable. If it was anyone else, it could have been solved at the click of a button.
What? Has one of my friends been trying to get you to go on a date with them? That's unbelievable. That's what you're making it sound like, though. Who was it? Tell me.
It's actually much worse than that, to be honest. It wasn't one of your friends. It was your sister, Sophie.
Are you serious right now? My sister was the one who was messaging you? That's insane! She doesn't know you at all. She must have gone out of her way to look up your socials. She didn't even want to be in the house when I first invited you over to introduce you to everyone.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I was also super surprised that she texted me. I thought maybe she had a message for you or something, so I accepted the message request.
She never talks to me if she can help it. She wouldn't even come to the wedding, remember?
I know that, but I didn't think of any other reason that she might be reaching out, you know? I certainly never expected that it was going to be in an attempt to hit on me. I can show you the messages in a bit if you don't believe me. You can also see that I wasn't trying to do that at all as well. I just didn't know how to handle it.
No, I believe you. I mean, it's hard to believe that she would do that, but I don't think you're making it up. Rather, she's definitely the type of person who might do something like that, but it's still something that I wouldn't naturally expect. I just don't at all understand what's going on in her head. I mean, why? Just why?
Yeah, of course not. I just wanted to let you know, though. I know that this is really awkward, but I thought it was best to mention it. I don't know what's the best thing for you to do now, but yeah.
I can't believe her. She wouldn't even come to our wedding and wanted me out of her life, but then she goes and does something like this? I am glad that you told me about it, though. Thanks. It would have been worse to find out some other way. What the hell is going on in her head? She always made fun of me and everything since we were kids, but I didn't think that even she would go this far.
What do you think I should do? I should just block her without saying anything, right? That should put a stop to things, at least for the time being. Is that the best thing to do?
Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do for now. You can go ahead and do that. I will speak to her about this myself.
Okay, sure thing. I will do that right now.
Sophie, what the hell is wrong with you? What do you think you're doing? What's wrong with me? What about what's wrong with you? I thought I told you to not message me. Can't you understand even something that simple? I wanted you out of my life and thought that I finally got my wish granted. But here you are again, butting all up in my business. And I would have been perfectly fine with that if you weren't trying to DM my husband online asking to go on a date. What is going on? Who the hell does something like that? What are you even thinking? Oh, so he told you about that, did he? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised by that. I had hoped to keep that our little secret, but I guess he had to go and snitch to you straight away. What's the problem anyway? I just asked a question. It's not like I really did anything. I thought that Ben would have been more open to the idea, but he seemed to not really vibe with my suggestion. I don't really know why. You're asking my husband out on a date. Of course you're doing something. And the reason he wasn't vibing with your suggestion is because he has a wife. Me! Stay away from him. You wouldn't even come to my wedding, and now this? You were the one saying that he must be some nerd or whatever because he is an engineer. Have you lost your mind or something? You have always been the one to have a new guy wrapped around your finger every other week. Why do you need to go after the one person that I happen to marry? Aren't there enough other guys out there for you? Or have you run through all of them already? It just happened like this, I suppose. I ended up getting curious about him and looked him up on socials. He's way better looking than I would have imagined. I never thought that you would be able to pull a guy like that. And it seems like he works for a really good company as well, so he must be raking in the cash. That's exactly my type of guy. So I started thinking that he's too good for you. If I had met him first, then I am sure that he wouldn't even have taken a second glance at you. But we never actually met, so he didn't realize what he was missing out on. I thought that I should send him a message and show him that he has another option other than you. And a much better and more beautiful option, might I add. It should be the obvious choice, in my opinion. You're actually insane. You can't just go around doing things like this. And you're out of luck anyway. Ben would never do something like go on a date with you or leave you for me. You can get that kind of stupid idea out of your head right now.
Ben loves me and he would never betray me in that way. I don't know what other guys you have been surrounding yourself with, but he's not like them. You should just forget about the whole stupid idea and leave the two of us alone.
Are you really sure about that? He might seem like that, but all men are the same. They will always switch over to a better-looking woman if they have the chance. And I am giving him the chance now. I have been getting sick of looking for a guy who is good enough for me and has the money to provide me with the life that I want. But it seems like you have found that kind of guy. I was just thinking of taking him off your hands for you. So, what do you say? He will be much happier with me than with you. Don't you want what's best for Ben? Don't you love him enough to let him go?
We just got married and I am not going to just give him up to you like you seem to think that I will. And he's not mine to just give away. He's his own person and he won't do that to me anyway.
Then there shouldn't even be anything for you to worry about then, right? Why are you getting so worked up about it if you're so certain that he wouldn't do anything? It seems like you might not be as sure about what you're saying as you try to make it out to be. Am I wrong?
You are completely wrong. I'm seriously telling you to stay away from the two of us. Find your own man and leave us alone. I don't want you messaging him again. And he said that he is going to block you anyway.
Do you really think something like that will be enough to stop me? You don't know me at all if you think that it will.
Sophie, just leave us alone. You wanted me out of your life, so now stay away. Hey, welcome back. How was the night? Did you have fun? It was fine. Just got a couple of drinks with Dave, like I said. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Chatted about this and that before heading home. It's good to catch up outside of work for a bit. We obviously see each other in the office, but it's not exactly the same as talking to each other as friends. Of course, I can see that. And how is he doing? How is his daughter? He's fine, and his daughter is doing well too. He said she is going into kindergarten next year, and he's very excited about that. I can imagine he must be. That's an exciting step for the parents. Before they know it, she is going to be all grown up. That's still quite a way off, I think. He is getting these sorts of thoughts, though. He wants her to stay little forever by the sounds of things. Listen, though. Something absolutely crazy happened after that, okay? I ran into your sister. She was at the bar that we were in. I don't know what level of coincidence that could be. Are you serious? Sophie was there too? Did she talk to you? What happened? She came in just as we were finishing up our last drink and tried to convince me to stay for a bit longer and talk to her. Of course, I said no and tried to leave with Dave, but she was very persistent. She just kept trying to convince me to stay and said that if I was bored of this place, then she could show me another place not too far from there and all that sort of thing. Again, of course I said no, and then thankfully Dave could tell that I was uncomfortable, so he stepped in and said that we already had plans afterwards. He told her that his wife was waiting for us and had made us dinner so that we had to leave and get back soon. That's very nice of him. I am glad that he was there to help you out of that situation. Yeah, me too. It made escaping so much easier than it might have been otherwise. But I was so shocked to see her walk over to us. I thought you spoke to her and told her to leave me alone. Isn't that what happened? Well, I did certainly talk to her, but she didn't really listen to me, you know? I told her to stay away from us, but she said that she wouldn't give up. Why? Why is she even doing this in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. Because she thinks that she is better than me and that I don't deserve you. She told me that much herself. She thinks that she should be the one with you since you're her type and you make a lot of money. She's always been the gold digger type. I think a gold digger should be going after someone with much more money than I have. I mean, I have a good job, but we're not exactly rolling in cash or anything. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in her head. I was sure that she would try to do something else, but I wasn't sure what she could do since you have already blocked her on social media. This isn't what I expected. I more imagined that she would have turned up here somehow. Come to think of it, do you really think that it was a coincidence that she ran into you at the bar? Was she with someone else or was she there by herself? She was there by herself. You know, now that you mention it, it's probably too much of a coincidence, right? If she had been there with friends or something, then sure, we may have just run into each other. But it's also not the kind of place that a young girl would go and drink on her own. It's just a kind of dive bar that's easy for Dave and I to stop off at after work. I doubt that there would be any other reason for her to be in a place like that. I have definitely never seen her there before, and we go there every other week. Obviously, I would have told you if I had seen her there another time.
So, how did she even know that you would be going there then? I mean, it's not like you're posting anything on socials. And even if you were, she shouldn't be able to see it in the first place, right? It doesn't make sense that she would have known where you were going to be tonight.
Even though I blocked her, I think there may be other ways of getting around that by using a different account and stuff like that. But I didn't post it or tell anyone either. You know that I don't use social media for anything other than messaging people. I don't know how she could have known that I would be there at that time.
Do you think that she could be following you? Like she waited for you somewhere and then followed you to the bar?
As in stalking me? Like physically following me around. That's pretty extreme, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it could be possible, couldn't it? You do have your workplace listed on socials, and though you blocked her, she probably saw it before. She told me that she knew you had a good job, for instance, so it's safe to say that she does know where you work. She might have been waiting there to pretend to run into you and have an excuse to talk to you. Then she could make a move on you if she wanted to. That's the only way that I can think of that she could have known where you were tonight.
You might be right. I don't know how else she could have possibly known where and when I was going to be. But if she was waiting for me somewhere, then she would have seen me actually go into the bar itself. This isn't something pleasant to think about. I don't want her following me around. I've never had someone stalk me before. I thought that was something that only happened in horror movies.
Of course not. Who would want someone stalking them? And I definitely don't want her anywhere near you. I'm going to try and talk to her again, but I don't know if that's really going to have any effect. I already talked to her after you told me that she had been mentioning you, but that clearly didn't work like we had hoped. I wonder if there is anything else that we can do to stop her from doing this.
If she really is stalking me, then we could get the police involved. But she is your sister still, so I don't know how you might feel about that. It's not exactly an easy choice to get the police involved when it's your own family that we're talking about.
I don't care about her at all anymore. She has made it abundantly clear that she has no respect for me. I am not going to respect her when she is acting like this. If the only way to stop her is to get the police involved, then that's what we have to do. Family or not, she has this coming to her if she keeps this up.
Okay, so here's what we can do then. You talk to her again first, and I will try and keep an eye out to see if she is following me around. If she doesn't listen to you and keeps this behavior up, then we can get the police involved and maybe we can get a restraining order out against her or something like that.
That sounds like a plan. It's better to try to talk to her first before getting the cops involved. I won't hesitate to get them involved, but it would still be better if we can get it done without them. Okay, I am going to talk to her right now. Sophie, I told you to stay away from my husband. He told me what happened today at the bar. Can't you do this one basic thing? I'm not even asking you to do something. I am asking you to do nothing and leave him alone. Trying to approach him in public now that he has blocked you is going beyond even what you did before. What are you going on about? I just happened to run into him. What, am I not allowed to go out of the house now or something? Public places are exactly what they sound like. Public. Anyone can go there. And so I did. There is no chance that you just happened to run into him. I know that you're lying to me. That wasn't the kind of place that you would go to. And you usually only go out on your dates so that the guy can pay for you. It doesn't make sense for you to be out by yourself. That's not what you do. Maybe I have turned over a new leaf and wanted to go out on my own for once. Did you ever think about that? People can do whatever they want, even if it doesn't always fit with what they did before or usually do. I thought you would have been a little more open-minded about that sort of thing, but I guess I was wrong about that. That's convenient, isn't it? You just happened to want to do that, and on the first night you run into my husband at the bar. And this is right after you messaged him and tried to get him to come out on a date with you. Get real. That's obviously not how this all went down. See why I don't believe a word that you say right now? Just stop lying and own up to it at least. You're just being so paranoid about this. You said that you were sure that Ben wouldn't ever cheat on you, didn't you? If you're so sure about it, then there shouldn't be anything for you to worry about, even if I did accidentally run into him somewhere. He's loyal to you, so there's nothing to worry about, right? He is, and I am not worried that he will do anything.
But that doesn't mean that you can just follow him around and try something anyway. That's just an insane way to go about things. It's an insane way to live your life, following your sister's husband around hoping that he might cheat on your sister with you. Seriously, what sane person does that and doesn't even see anything wrong with what they're doing? You! That's who!
It doesn't seem like you think it's completely out of the realm of possibility, though. Otherwise, you would just ignore it and let me waste my time trying. But you obviously think it might happen if I am persistent enough. And I can be very persistent when there is something that I want to get my hands on.
So then do you admit that you waited for him after work in order to try and run into him somewhere? You basically implied it just then anyway. There's no point in trying to hide it when it's just so obvious what you're doing. I know that's the only way you could have found him like that.
Yeah, fine. That is what I did. Is there a problem with that? You made him block me on social so I couldn't message him anymore. I figured the only way I could get him was to then run into him and try to have a conversation in person. And if there was alcohol involved to maybe help him make a bad decision, then even better for me. It would even make things easier than trying to convince him through messages. He blocked me before I could even send him any photos that would have changed his mind.
You're out of your mind! That's stalking! And it's a crime, you know. Listen to me, Sophie. I want you to stay away from him and from me from now on. And I really mean it.
Or what? What are you going to do about it? You can't force me to do anything. If I don't stop, all you're going to do is to message me again and whine about what I am doing. As if I care. Do you think some stupid messages from my stupid sister are going to do anything to dissuade me? Like I already said, if you're so confident that he's always going to be faithful to you, then you shouldn't care about what I do.
That's not at all what I am going to do. This time is a last warning. If you still try to follow him around and insert yourself into our lives, I will call the police. We can get a restraining order on you if you keep this up. I swear that I will do it if you don't stop this craziness now.
You're going to call the police on your own sister? Are you being serious right now? You can't do that. I haven't even done anything illegal. What's wrong with running into someone at a bar? Nothing. That's what.
I can do whatever I need to do to keep you away from us. It's your choice. You can give it up right now and go on with your life without us in it, or you can keep up what you're doing and we get the police involved.
I know that's just an empty threat. You would never do something like that to me. Even though I have never liked you, you have still always wanted me to accept you. You're not going to do something like this to me now. I know you. There is nothing you can do about this. The police wouldn't listen to some stupid story like yours. They will think you're just paranoid and controlling over your husband and are scared he's out cheating. Don't you think the police have more important things to deal with than some dumb story like that?
You obviously don't know me at all. This is something different. This is my husband that we're talking about and not just some small fight or argument that we had when we were kids. This is your final warning. And I promise that I will not hesitate to call the cops if you keep this up. You would do well to believe me when I say that. Melanie! What on earth have you been thinking? How could you do that to your own sister? Mom, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything to her, really. Why are you so worked up? Sophie told me that you got a restraining order on her. I know that you two haven't been getting along well, especially since she didn't come to your wedding. But this is going too far. She is still your sister, and you shouldn't be doing things like this to her. I didn't think that you would ever do such a thing. It's really not like you at all. You've never been the kind of person to be so spiteful. What's happened to you? Mom, do you even know why I did that in the first place? Do you really think that I just did it for no reason at all? I was well within my rights at that point. And I tried to take other measures before I went through with that too. Other measures for what? What you're saying doesn't make any sense to me. Sophie said that she tried to apologize to you and make up for not coming to your wedding. But you kept ignoring her and never allowed her to apologize. And then because you wouldn't respond to her texts, she tried to talk to you in person so that she could show you that she cared and fix your relationship. Is that really what she told you? That liar. No wonder you think that I did something wrong. She's completely unbelievable. She's even trying to turn you against me now instead of admitting that she is in the wrong. What? She did tell me that, yes. Is that not what happened? Of course not! And not even close! Do you really think that I would have ignored her if she had tried to apologize to me? But she never did anything of the sort. She never tried to fix our relationship. She didn't want me in her life at all. Then what happened? I only heard her side of the story, and that's what she said. What's your side of the story?
After Ben and I got married, Sophie started messaging him on social media and trying to convince him to go out on a date with her. He told me what she was doing and then blocked her so she couldn't message him anymore.
Are you sure? She was really trying to do that. This is your sister that we're talking about.
Yes, I am sure. I confronted her about it and she told me that I don't deserve Ben and that he would be much happier with her. She was trying to persuade him to cheat on me with her and then eventually marry him.
But why would she do that? She doesn't exactly have a lack of men interested in her. Why would she do that to you?
That's something that you should ask her. Who knows why she would try this? But she told me that outright. I can send you screenshots of the text if you don't believe me.
So then she lied to me as well. She told me a completely different story about what had happened.
I am sure she did. She probably knew that you would not be on her side if she told you the truth. It's hard to imagine anyone who would take her side in this. And did she also want you to maybe cut contact with me or something? I think she's just hell-bent on ruining my life for some reason. She wasn't able to get Ben, so now she's trying to separate the two of us with her lies.
To be honest, yes, she did. She told me to just block you and not even talk to you anymore. Of course I couldn't just do that without even talking to you about what happened first. I guess this is why she didn't want me to even mention anything to you in the first place.
Yeah, most likely. If you brought it up with me, then I would have the chance to tell you what really happened, and that wouldn't be good for her. The restraining order wasn't even because she had been messaging Ben either. There was more to it than that. After he blocked her, she started hanging around his office and following him around to run into him coincidentally. She was basically stalking him in order to get him to cheat on me with her. Can you believe that?
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Melanie. I was right that you wouldn't have done something like this for no good reason. I'm sorry that I just believed what Sophie told me. I just didn't think that she would be capable of doing something like this to you. I know that there have always been tensions between you, but this is something else entirely.
Yeah, I know. But it's okay. First of all, Ben would never betray me like that. I know that for a fact. But I also gave her a warning and told her that if she didn't stop, that we would get the police involved. It didn't just come out of nowhere. I warned her and gave her a chance to stop things on her own, but she didn't listen to me, obviously. That's what I meant when I said that I tried to take other measures first before going through with that. I also didn't want to get the cops involved if it wasn't completely necessary, but in the end, it was. I couldn't have her just interfering with our life like this. There wasn't any other choice, really.
I see. I understand now. This is unacceptable behavior from her. I'm sorry, Melanie. I completely understand now why you did what you did. I'm just in shock right now hearing this from you. And then she thinks that she can just lie to me and get away with it. She could have kept her mouth shut and I would have been none the wiser. But she tried to use this to turn me against you as well. This isn't going to stand. I am not going to let her get away with this.
What do you mean? What are you going to do then?
I am going to give her a piece of my mind. I have been far too lenient with her because she is my daughter. But if she is going to treat family in this way, then she doesn't deserve to be treated specially just because she is my daughter. I think it's time for her to finally grow up and move out of this house for good.
Really? You're just going to kick her out of the house? Are you okay with that? Where is she going to go? You know that she has never worked that much. She probably doesn't have enough savings to find a place. She always just spent all her money on clothes and accessories.
Then too bad for her. Those were her decisions to make, and she made them. Now she has to learn to live with them. I don't care where she goes. She is old enough to look after herself. If she is old enough to try and ruin your marriage, then she can find her own place somewhere somehow. Melanie, honey, I am sorry again for jumping to conclusions. I need to go and have a talk to Sophie now. Sophie, we need to have a serious talk. This is unacceptable. How could you do this? You have been lying to me, and I don't appreciate that at all.
What are you talking about, Mom? I haven't lied to you. You know that I would never do that.
Yes, you did. I just spoke to Melanie, and she told me the truth about what happened. She didn't put out a restraining order on you just to spite you. She did it to try and protect her marriage that you were trying to destroy. And you're still lying to me about it even now. You've been caught now, so just give it up already.
What? And you're going to listen to her instead of me? She's the one lying to you. I would never do something like that. She's my sister. How can you even accuse me of something like that?
I know she is your sister, which is why I am so appalled by your actions. It would have been bad enough if you were trying to break up someone else's marriage. But your own sisters? That's unthinkable.
I'm telling you that she is lying to you, not me. Why are you just taking everything she said at face value?
I took everything you said to me at face value. But she sent me screenshots of the messages between you and her. I can see it clear as day now that you were the one in the wrong. So much in the wrong.
Screenshots? This must be fake. Do you even know how easy it is to fake things like that these days?
I know that they are not fake. Just admit it already and stop lying to me. There's no point in dragging this out any further.
Okay, fine. So maybe I did try to get my hands on her husband, Ben. But so what? He's good looking and makes a lot of money. Why does she deserve someone like that while I am still looking? It makes way more sense for him to be with me instead of her. Surely you can see that I am right.
You're not even close to being right. You have had no shortage of guys in your life who you have thrown to the side anytime someone you thought slightly better came along. It's entirely your fault that you haven't settled down yet. And there is no excuse for what you did. You can't try and blame her and say that she is not good enough. She is. And she is more deserving than you are. I can see that myself.
How can you say that to me? Look at me. I am so much better looking than she is. I just know that Ben would have eventually folded and gone with me instead of her. I just needed a bit more time.
It's disgusting that you even think like that. Ben is a good guy and wouldn't do such a thing. And even if he were the type to cheat, it would still be your fault that it happened. You're the one going out of your way to ruin something great that your sister has. I won't stand for this.
What is that supposed to mean? I'm not a kid anymore. What are you going to do? Ground me? You know that you can't do that.
You're right. I can't do that. And you're right that you're not a kid anymore either. I think it's high time you started acting your age and moved out. I don't want you living here anymore. It makes me sick to think that I would be sharing a roof with someone who would treat her sister so horribly.
What? You're going to kick me out? And where am I supposed to go?
I don't care about that. You're a big girl now. You said so yourself. Adults sort things out when they need to. Now the time has come for you to sort yourself out, so you better start thinking.
Wait, Mom. Don't do this to me. I don't want to leave here yet. It's going to be expensive to live on my own.
Yes, it will be expensive. But that's your problem now. You had plenty of time and opportunity to save money for yourself. And instead of doing that, you wasted it all buying clothes and whatever other crap your room is filled with. I have helped you for long enough, and now that help is coming to an end. You're on your own now, Sophie. I am going to give you 1 week to try and find somewhere to move to. And I am not joking here, Sophie. You either find somewhere within the week, or you sleep on the street until you do. You don't treat family the way you did, and you shouldn't take them for granted either.
Mom, wait, don't leave. You can't do this to me. This is all your fault. You had to go and snitch to Mom, didn't you? You're ruining everything.
Oh, so I guess Mom told you the news then, huh? I wasn't sure if she was going to seriously follow through with that or not, but I guess she did.
And not just that. She won't even talk to me. She hasn't even looked at me since yesterday. It's like I don't even exist anymore to her. This is all your fault.
Don't you dare say that this is my fault. This is only your fault and nobody else's. No one asked or made you go after my husband. You did that on your own. I warned you to stay away or the cops would get involved, but you didn't listen to me. Then you didn't even have to lie to Mom to try and turn her against me, but you did. At every step of the way, you have made things worse and worse for yourself. Don't try and play the victim here.
Where am I supposed to go? I have nowhere to live anymore. I have to move out within a week. That's not long enough to find somewhere.
That's too bad. You should have thought about that before doing what you did. It's too late now, though. But maybe you can learn some kind of lesson from this.
Shut up! I am going to stay with you. You have your own house. You can give me a room instead of Mom.
Are you out of your mind? Why would I ever do that?
Because you caused this whole mess, so now you need to do something to fix it. I am still your sister.
Being my sister didn't seem to matter when you were going after my husband. And in case you have forgotten, which it seems like you have, we have a restraining order on you. You're not allowed anywhere near us. Do you think that we're just going to let you into our house now that we finally succeeded in getting you out of our lives?
You can cancel that. I'm not going to do anything. I just need a place to stay now. If Ben wants something to happen, then that will be up to him.
Even now you can't stop, can you? Listen to yourself. You're begging me for help and still suggesting that you will try to sleep with my husband. No, you're not stepping 1 foot in the house. I would rather see you sleep on the street than in my home. And this is the last time we're ever going to talk, Sophie. I am blocking you on everything. And remember, if you try and come to my house, then you're breaking the restraining order and I have full rights to call the police on you again. I have done it already, so don't think that I won't do it again.
Melanie, wait. You can't do this to me. I am your sister. I take back what I said about Ben. I promise that I won't do anything at all. It's out of my mind for good. I'm sorry, okay? But you have to help me right now. I need help.
I don't have to do anything, and I don't believe a word you say. I know better than to trust you. You need to help yourself and deal with the consequences of your actions. Goodbye, Sophie. Afterwards, Sophie got kicked out of the house as Mom had said she would do to her. At first, she still tried to argue and beg Mom to let her stay there, but it didn't work out for her. She came home one day on the last day of the week that she had to move out and found all of her stuff packed and on the porch waiting for her, and Mom didn't let her back into the house. She found a friend who let her crash on the couch for a while, but even then didn't really look for a place on her own until her friend also told her that she had to leave. With no space and not a lot of money, she ended up having to sell most of her bags and clothes that she had been getting as presents from all of her dates. Sophie did end up finding a place to live, but it was a share house that she shared with 3 other students. She had never been one to work more than the bare minimum, so it will probably take her quite some time to save enough to move out and into her own home. I haven't heard from her since then because I blocked her on all accounts, and neither has my mom. She tried to come to Mom's house just once after she got kicked out, but was ignored and finally got the message after that. Sophie only ever used the idea of family when it suited her, but never actually treated others well if it didn't benefit her somehow. We had never really gotten along that well, but to me, she was still my sister. No matter how much she might have made fun of me for the decisions that I made for my life, I would still have forgiven her and helped her if it ever came to that. But after what she did to me, or tried to do, there was no way that I could ever forgive her for that. I am glad and very grateful to my mom for being on my side in that. I am also very lucky to have a loving partner who wouldn't ever have fallen for her cheap tricks either. Now I am still living with Ben and studying to finish my degree in journalism. I still have the same hopes and aspirations that I had when I entered college, and I know that my husband and my mom will support me through anything, no matter what.
Hey Ethan, how are things? The newlywed life treating you well?
As a matter of fact, it is. We couldn't be happier. Thank you for asking.
That's good. I was a little worried about you after your parents went off on you a while back. But if you're doing okay, then that's all that matters.
That means a lot. I know they never really liked Sam all that much. Why that is, I'm not really sure. But I'm not gonna let it bother me.
Yeah, they've always been pretty strict with us, so I guess it's natural for them to have high standards.
You said it. You better watch out. they're gonna be way harder on you and your potential future husband than me.
Ugh, don't I know it. I swear I could bet dating some rich prince from a European country and they'd still find some way to complain. But enough about that. Is your wife settling into the new house okay? I know she had reservations about moving.
Yes, she's been handling it well. I'm just thankful she was gracious enough to move away from her family to come live with me.
Sounds like a pretty dedicated partner you found. I'm almost jealous.
Yeah, I know. Marriage isn't all sunshine and rainbows, though. Enjoy being single and free as long as you can, I say.
I certainly will. Well, I've got to go to work now. I'll touch base with you again later. Hey, so what happened last Saturday? We were supposed to hang out the whole day, but then you ducked out halfway? You left in such a rush that I couldn't even get the reason why. Did something major come up?
I'm so sorry I bailed on you. I've just been really busy with other commitments at work. We'll reschedule for another day when I can find the time.
Commitments at work? But I thought you didn't work on weekends. I don't want to accuse you of lying, but this sounds sort of fishy. And you've been awfully distant ever since you got married a few months ago.
Distant? Me? I didn't mean to give off that impression.
Are you honestly okay? I'm starting to get worried about you. Well, more than just me. I've been talking with Mom and Dad too, and we all agree you've been acting strangely for a while now.
I'm fine, I swear. I've just been going through a transition period in my life.
Like with being married to Sam?
With multiple things. Sam, work, other people. It'll all sort itself out soon. There's nothing to worry about.
Alright. Why don't we talk about it? It's been a while since we've called. Let's have a chat. Why won't you answer me? Are you really okay? Hey Samantha, it's Alice. How are things?
Oh, hey Alice, how are you doing?
Fine. I can't complain. I just wanted to ask though, is everything okay?
Of course. Why, is there something the matter?
Like, is everything okay with Ethan?
No, I can't think of anything.
He just seems to be so busy at the minute. I thought something might be wrong.
No, nothing like that to my knowledge, but why are you asking me?
I know it's a little awkward to ask personal stuff about him through you. I'm sorry about that. But to be honest, I'm having trouble getting in touch with him. He's not picking up the phone or replying to my messages, and when I finally do get a hold of him, he sounds like he's in a really bad way.
That's odd. I wonder why my husband is acting like that.
I mean, you know the situation. I guess you do anyway. Since the wedding, we haven't seen you or Ethan once, so we're getting a little worried.
I see. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with Ethan, so don't worry about it. It's fortunate that there is no need for you to get in touch. Alice, I wonder if I could ask you a personal favor since you asked one of me last week.
A favor? What kind of favor?
I'm suddenly craving that sweet blueberry jam that your mom makes. I asked Ethan to fetch me some ages ago, but he still hasn't brought it yet. I thought since you contacted me yesterday, I could ask you for this favor.
Oh, well, of course that's something I could help you with, but I actually work on weekdays. Work is a bit hectic at the moment, and I'm doing a lot of overtime. I could bring some over after I get off work, but that might be a little too late. How about you go over there and get it? I'll ask my mom, see if she has any spare jars in the cupboard. But maybe due to the distance, it would be quicker for you to go there directly and pick it up. Your house and their house are about a half-hour drive away.
Huh? Me go over there?
Yeah, I think that would be quicker. If I bring it, it could take a couple days.
Well, you're playing the part of a sister-in-law quite well, aren't you? Inconveniencing people. Typical.
What do you mean, the part of a sister-in-law?
How can I just go over to my mother-in-law's house? That's difficult for me. It's awkward. I mean, you asked me a favor the other day.
inquiring about your brother, and I answered you. Don't you think you should do me a favor in return? I don't understand. Are you saying that me asking about my brother's welfare is a favor? Since when did asking about how my brother is doing become a favor? You're still young, and there is a lot you don't understand. In-laws are always difficult to deal with. Even just asking about someone's welfare is a burden. If you get married someday, you will understand what I'm talking about. And if you ask for a favor, you should expect to do one in return. You understand the concept of give and take, don't you? Samantha, I'm having a little trouble understanding where you're coming from. Yes, it can be burdensome dealing with in-laws, but is it really that much trouble to just answer a question about a member of my family? My parents haven't made one phone call to you because we all know you may feel inconvenienced. I haven't called you either. This is the first time and the one time I ask how my brother is. I am really disappointed to hear this from you, Alice. As you know, I left my parents' house and got married in a different state. I moved in here with my husband. I gave up my career to come here for him. So I really can't get why you're blaming me. I didn't marry Ethan for this. Is this how I should live? Wait, I might as well be dead if I stay home by myself all day. I'm sorry, Samantha. I had no idea you were struggling so much. I should have been more patient. Please forgive me. Are you really sorry? Yes, of course I am. Then bring the jam over when you get off work. Hey Alice, did you see this image I shared this morning? Tips on how to trap and train a husband? I didn't see it, sorry, I've been trying to cut back on social media. I just happened to stumble across this online. A friend of mine shared it. It's basically this woman who wrote about how she married a man just to turn him into her servant. She goes into detail about the whole process, from the wedding planning to married life, sharing tips on how to control a man. When I started reading it, during my coffee break at work, I got so creeped out. I just thought it was one of those weird things you read on the internet, so I shared it. I finished it when I went home that night, and that's when I realized. The more I read, the more I realized that the guy she's talking about sounds exactly like your brother. My brother? Ethan? No way! There must be so many similar weird, dysfunctional marriage stories out there. It has to be someone else. Think about it for a minute. Your parents were originally against the marriage, right? But once your sister-in-law told them she was pregnant, they went along with it. And then she had a miscarriage, right? After the wedding, didn't she? Yeah, that's right. They were against it originally. And she said that she miscarried due to the stress dealing with the parents. She still says that they were difficult to deal with. So, if that's right, it happened 2 months after the wedding? Also, the age and job of sister-in-law in the story matches you exactly. I don't know. Would somebody write the whole thing exactly as it happened? I mean, maybe that person just switched up the details and it happened to sound just like me. It's possible, but the weirdest thing about it is that this girl sounds, how can I say it, not right in the head. She talks about how to train the sister-in-law as well as the husband. It's clearly some kind of emotional manipulation, like neuro-linguistic programming or something. Okay, I'm reading it now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little creeped out. I mean, there are so many matching details. But I don't get it. Is she who she says she is? Is she pulling some kind of scam on my brother? Like catfishing? No, I wouldn't call what she's doing catfishing. Catfishing is when you trick someone with fake photos online and never meet them. She met your brother and married him. What she is doing is more like fish catting. Fish catting? Be serious, Diane. Well, I don't know what you would call this. Anyway, from what I read, she seems more like a shark than a catfish. Yeah, but sharks actually have to swim and hunt. The girl in this article does absolutely nothing except manipulate her husband into doing everything around the house. Well, if she's a shark, I guess she's a lazy one. And your brother is one of those little cleaner fishes that eats up all the crud on the shark's back. I think if the author put as much effort into cleaning the house as she does ordering her husband around, her house would be spotless. Priorities, I guess. Anyway, let me know if there are any updates. Will do. Later, Diane. Hey, remember that blog post I sent you? I'm going to send you another one I found. Will you read it for me? Turns out there has been an update, an incident with her sister-in-law. What kind of crazy person writes something like that? That title is unreal. I'm just in the gym at the moment. I will read it all once I get home. I can't believe it. That's her. That's Samantha. What? Seriously? The incident that happened with the sister-in-law a little over a month ago? That's right. You mean the incident with the blueberry jam that she talks about? That was with you? The way she wrote about the life hacks are pretty much the same words as the conversation between us. This part as well. I left my hometown to get married and gave up my career. She basically said it verbatim. I might as well be dead? That too. She said exactly the same thing. It's her. My God. I really hoped it wasn't her. I need to get some more concrete evidence, though. Maybe there's this. The author's ID is SCH09. You mean, could Ethan really be her target? Jeez, I got goosebumps. I know, it's insane. I had been meaning to ask you, where exactly did you find the original post? I just saw it on my social media feed. Like I said, a friend of mine shared it. She's a journalist, so she's always posting interesting stuff like that. I'll message her to see where she found it. Thanks, Diane. You're the best. I'll see what more information I can find. Hi, Samantha. I just wanted to let you know my company's doing this special offer, and I thought you might be interested. Could you let me know your email address? I'll sign you up for it. Really? What kind of offer? You can get a gift certificate for selected skin products. I know you like the brands involved in the promotion. Wow, that's great. Thanks so much. Just let me know the email address you usually use. Okay, I have a few email addresses. I'll send you the usual one. Yeah, that's great. Okay, hang on a second. My email is sch09@xxxx.com. SCH09? Great. Are you sure you spelled that correctly? I want to make sure the coupon gets delivered properly. Yep, that's my main address. I last used it yesterday. Okay, got it. Diane, I've got her. It's the same email address. So that confirms it then? Gosh, this is just like a nightmare. I can't imagine the worry you must feel for your brother. I'm going to confront her tomorrow. Then we'll see what this harpy has to say then. Hi, Samantha. Have you ever seen this blog post before? Can't say that I have. What is it? Have a read when you get a chance. It's about this married couple who seem to have quite a unique relationship. The really strange thing is that the person who wrote this described exactly what happened between us 2 months ago. I mean, what are the chances that 2 other sisters-in-law could have a dispute over some blueberry jam? Odd, isn't it? Alice, what are you trying to say here? I don't really care for your tone. It seems like you're implying I am responsible for this post. Maybe you're familiar with other writings by this person. She seems really similar to you. Here's another one. Everything from the wedding planning to married life, it resembles your circumstances very much. Even the mother-in-law's birthdays are the same. Real coincidence, isn't it? Making the husband exhausted on purpose, not visiting the in-laws. Spooky, isn't it? But do you know what is the most surprising? What's that? She said the method she uses to tire the husband out is through housework. She doesn't do any housework despite being unemployed and makes her husband do everything. She even makes a mess of her house on purpose to stress out her husband. But I guess I can't confirm if this is you or not since you've never invited me to your house.
Just what are you trying to say to me?
I think you know. By the way, Samantha, you were taking quite a while to reply to these messages. It seems that the original blog post is now private. How strange.
Alice, are you really sure that it was me who wrote these posts? You better have some strong evidence before you make those kinds of claims. I won't stand for this kind of accusatory behavior. Not from you, not from anybody.
So, can I confirm it myself then? To tell the truth, what's written in the article isn't exactly normal behavior. When the particulars match the circumstances of my brother and his wife so closely, how could anyone not be suspicious?
Don't even think about coming over here, okay? If you come over here, you will ruin everything.
I'm already in front of your house, Sam. My God, I can't believe people actually live in a home like this. A dog lives in cleaner conditions than this. There is garbage everywhere. Laundry in the sink mixed in with dirty dishes. I feel sick. I put on new socks today and they're now black with dirt. Have you been pouring soot all over the carpet or something? How can you live here? Don't you clean up at all? I mean, you are supposed to be a housewife who stays at home.
Good for you. Are you proud of yourself, breaking into someone else's house and nosing around? Just who do you think you are, interfering in people's private lives? Do you think your brother would be happy with this? You'll be the one taking the blame for causing chaos in our family. Don't make a big deal out of this. Stay in your lane.
I don't know what to say. Making my brother clean that pigsty every day? It's beyond reproach. You're basically gaslighting your husband, you know that? Not working and trashing the house like that? Do you even love him, Samantha? Why did you marry him?
What are you blabbering about now? A married couple does the housework together these days. It's common sense. I won't let you try ruin our marriage. Alice, hey, are you there? I got in touch with that journalist friend I told you about.
Great, what did she say? Where did she find the blog post originally?
Are you sitting down? You aren't going to believe this.
Oh, geez, what now?
I spoke to Chloe and did a little digging of my own. Turns out your sister-in-law, Samantha, is an Ivanka.
Ivanka? What are you talking about? Did she lie about her name as well?
No. Ivankaism is a kind of weird underground subculture. Chloe's writing a book about these sort of groups. That's why she shared that post originally. Check out this website.
What am I looking at here?
You've heard of Pavlov's dog, right?
Kind of. Pavlov was that Russian guy who found out if he rang the bell, the dogs would start to drool because they knew they would be fed.
Yeah, that's right. The women who are users of this website call themselves Ivankas. I guess it's a reference to Dr. Pavlov's first name, Ivan.
This is seriously messed up, Diane.
Most people think that he just trained dogs to salivate when he rang a bell. The truth is, he did all kinds of experiments on the poor animals to support his theory of conditioning. He broke them down psychologically and built them back up again to make them submit to his commands. I guess the goal of these women is to train their husbands to be obedient like dogs.
I can't even wrap my head around this. What?
I know. There are all kinds of sick subcultures you can find online.
I'm reading the website now. My God, it's like some kind of cult.
They seem to use various psychological methods in order to manipulate men into doing their bidding. The most common is utterly trashing the house on a daily basis and forcing him to clean it up when he returns from work. This tires him out and breaks down his psychological defenses. They call it housebreaking.
This can't be real. Her house was filthy. How could anyone purposely trash their house like that?
They share stories about how skilled they are, about how much they can manipulate their husbands. They've got a whole lingo to describe what they're up to. Read this. When they first start dating, they call the men hubby pups. Then after marriage, they graduate to hubby hounds. Some of them even carry around those dog clickers for training purposes.
Oh, I'm going to throw up. I suppose they hit them with newspapers as well?
No, that would be too on the nose.
Again with the jokes, Diane. This is my brother's life we're talking about here.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Why would anyone do this, let alone create a whole group of people whose goal is to train and torture their spouses?
I don't know. Maybe they got some kind of twisted pleasure out of it. Maybe they were hurt and want to get their revenge. Or maybe they're just a bunch of lazy bums and want a servant.
In Samantha's case, it has to be because of the move from Boston. She's always resented giving up her career.
Yeah, that seems likely.
So maybe she just grew mad and found this group online, or maybe she's always been crazy and this was her plan to begin with. Maybe the whole Boston shtick was just a ruse she could use as a weapon against him. You know, to guilt him even more. I don't even know what to think now.
What are you going to do? I mean, what can you do? Maybe go to the police?
Maybe. That is a bit drastic at this stage. Ethan is still agreeing to live like this if all else fails. I'll make some legal inquiries.
I don't know, Alice. This sounds like serious abuse here. It's basically tantamount to slavery.
Yeah, but if we go that route, he might get defensive and deny there is a problem. She might ease off for a while and start again. I'll just have to tell my brother straight to his face and take it from there. She can't get away with this forever.
Wow, that is going to be tough. I wish you all the best, sweetie. Let me know how it goes.
I will, Diane. Thank you so much for this. I owe you big time. Bro, I just sent you a picture. It's a photo of your house. Look at the state of this place. Do you think this is fit for human habitation? Why are you living like this with Samantha? I mean, how can you stand to be in that room? Now, look at the second photo. This is a screenshot of a blog post written by your wife. This is hard to tell you, but you need to know the truth. Samantha doesn't love you. She just sees you as a plaything to be abused.
What the hell is this? How to catch and train a husband? Is this some kind of joke?
I always wondered why you changed so much after the wedding. I guess this is the reason. Ethan, you need to snap out of it. You're not in a normal relationship right now. You're my brother and I love you. Please wake up.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't the best guy either. I made Sam leave Boston and come and live here with me. She gave up her career. I can at least do this for her.
Didn't you read the thing? She's gaslighting you, bro. To her, you are just a mark, a patsy. Couldn't you tell this was going on? Look, I'm afraid there is more. A lot more. We should talk in person. I got off work early today. I'm standing in front of your office building right now. Come down and we'll get a coffee.
I can't. I need to get home and make some dinner for Sam.
Get your butt down here right now. I need to tell you all about Ivankaism.
Ivankaism? Alice, thank you so much for the other day. I'm still in shock about everything you told me in the cafe, but it feels like I've come to my senses. I've checked myself into a motel like you suggested. I'm reading all her blog posts and all about that Ivankaism movement. You were right. I was just a hubby hound to her. I still can't believe that she would do this to me.
I'm glad you finally came around.
It makes me feel nauseous to even consider divorce, but I suppose I have no choice.
What do you think you know? How about what time it is? You haven't called or anything, and you still aren't home. You want to see me die here in this house by myself?
It's over, Sam.
You are out of your mind. Don't you think other husbands live like this? What makes you so special? How many times do I need to say it? I gave up everything to come here and be with you. It was my career, and I quit and moved across the country just for you. I thought you were the one person in this world I could trust, and now you're just throwing me away? If I die, it will be all your fault. Do you get it?
Stop it, Sam. Just stop it. I'm really tired of this nonsense. How long are you going to keep blaming me for everything? And you're saying across the country like it's even that far. We moved to New Hampshire. Boston is like an hour's drive in low traffic. And as for your career, you need to give it a rest. You worked as an intern for a startup fashion brand. You made people coffee and Xeroxed documents. That's hardly what I would call a career. And when you were there, you hated it and you wanted to quit anyway.
How dare you speak to me like that? I am your wife. Have you gone nuts?
No, I'm seeing things clearly for the first time. You said that you might as well be dead because you couldn't work and have to move out here with me. But you also said that you hated working and wanted to be a housewife after marriage. So you should at least take care of the housework, right?
That is incorrect.
There needs to be understanding and compromise in any marriage. But I guess what we had wasn't really a marriage. I was just an animal for you to train, wasn't I? You made me do all the housework and obey your every command to break my spirit. And then you bragged about it online to your Ivanka friends, right? Were you happy about all the internet clout you won?
Who told you about that? Was it your meddling little sister?
She helped me return to sanity. I want a divorce.
If you continue like this, I will drive to the Piscataqua River Bridge and throw myself off. I swear it.
Those threats don't work anymore, Samantha. Just give it up. I'm gonna tell your parents about the miscarriage as well. They never forgave me for that. I got some real harsh treatment because of that. I'm gonna tell them everything.
Don't you dare, Ethan. I am not playing around here.
Wait a minute, you were never pregnant?
It's true. It pains me to admit it, but it's true. Our parents were so against the marriage, so she lied and told them that she was pregnant so they would accept it, then pretended to have a miscarriage.
Just when I thought I couldn't be more shocked. Whose idea was that?
Of course it was Samantha's idea, and of course I just went along with it like an idiot.
Not going to lie, I am quite hurt you kept something huge like that a secret from your family for so long. But the truth is out now. And Sam, get some help. You manipulated my brother into doing all of your work for you when he had a full-time job to worry about.
Manipulate is such an unkind word to use. I think of it as more like persuasion. You've been so cruel to me. Why are you slandering me like this, making us get a divorce?
Look who's finally replying to me. Hi, Samantha. How are you doing right now? I bet you're panicking now that your stupid mind games aren't going the way you want them to anymore. Serves you right. Oh, and just so you know, you're not just getting a divorce. I'm telling everyone we know about how abusive you were toward Ethan. So this is far from over for you.
How could you do this? I had something so good and now you're ruining my life. I'll make you regret this.
You don't scare me. Go ahead. What are you going to do? You won't get a leash around me, you nutcase. Soon enough, that entire blog was deleted off the internet. After I started telling people we knew about how Samantha had treated my brother, it seems like she got cold feet and tried to cover her tracks. Unfortunately for her, I had all the receipts to prove that she was up to no good. Others didn't take the news of her being an emotionally manipulative abuser kindly. Once Ethan got divorced from her and she got ostracized from her friends and family, she had no choice but to start over somewhere else and find work. While I'm not sure where she went, I heard that she's struggling to find work thanks to the long gap in her employment. Serves her right, I say. As for our family, there was no way we could have let the elephant in the room go unaddressed. We had to have a long discussion with Ethan about his marriage. Mom, Dad, and I were pretty hurt by the distance he kept up after half a year, but we also understood that he was a victim of a toxic relationship. All I can do is hope that Sam will change her ways and stop hurting innocent people. As for me, I'm just glad my brother is free and can move on with his life. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello, Henry. Thank you so much for your time today. This is Natasha from AlphaWorks. Good evening, Miss Harrison. Thank you for your time as well. Was there something I could help you with? Perhaps you had a question about something we discussed earlier? Hold on. but this is my personal number. Did I happen to share it with you during our meeting?
Oh, no. We only exchanged our business numbers, so you didn't share this with me before.
Then why do you even have it, if I may ask?
Are you asking that for real? Or are you just joking? I can't believe that you really haven't noticed yet.
What do you mean? Am I missing something here? Have we met somewhere before?
Don't be silly. This is Natasha Adams from high school. Sun Valley High. Don't you remember?
What? Natasha Adams?
Yes. You really didn't make the connection until now? It's no surprise, though. You haven't changed much since your dorky high school days, huh? I'll never forget those thick glasses that you used to wear. And the way you were always such a loner. It looks like you finally decided to get contacts. But you're still as blind as a bat. I can't believe that you didn't even notice that it was me. I guess it's only your appearance that's made an improvement since we last saw each other. You definitely look less like the loser that you were back then.
Well, it's not that I didn't notice, and it did seem like I knew you from somewhere before. But you look a lot different than when we were in high school, so I couldn't make the exact connection. The last time I saw you, you had bleached blonde hair and dressed like you belonged in a punk rock band. It seems like you've tamed your appearance quite a bit since then. Back then, I never would have imagined having a business meeting with you like this. And your last name is different from before, too.
Well, obviously. I got married and I took my husband's last name, so that's why it's Harrison now.
Oh, I see. Now I get it.
Well, what about you, Henry?
What?
I'm asking if you're already married or not, you dimwit.
Oh, well, I'm engaged, but my fiancé and I haven't decided on a wedding date or anything yet. We're both really busy with work right now, so we're just waiting for a better time to plan everything.
You're engaged? For real? That's unbelievable. How could anyone actually fall for a loser like you? I wonder if your fiancé is just after something else, or she just felt sorry for you. There's just no way. Because you used to be such an antisocial nerd in high school. I can't believe you even had the social skills to propose to anyone.
Natasha, we're not in high school anymore, so what meaning does it have to bring up the past like that? As a matter of fact, since we're business acquaintances now, I prefer if we could keep a professional relationship with one another. I don't know if you hold a grudge against me for something that happened years ago, but it shouldn't interfere with our jobs like this.
What? Who do you think you are, lecturing me about what I should and shouldn't do? It's not just about the past. The difference in our status still hasn't changed even now.
And what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. I'm a top employee at a renowned corporation, right? Whereas you're just a regular employee for one of our subcontract companies. Without the work supplied by us, your company would just go under. So isn't it obvious that we're much more important than your muesli factory? How can you not be aware of your own status?
No, I totally understand that the supplier has superiority over a subcontract, but only in terms of business relationships. I'm just saying that it's wrong to assume that the same kind of rank relationship exists on a personal level. That's all.
Well, well. Look who's trying to talk me down. Don't try to refute my opinion, you lowly subcontract. Anyways, I'll give you a break just this once and pretend I didn't hear anything you just said. You should be grateful for my generosity. But you better be more careful next time. From now on, you better be aware of your status as a subcontract company. And just do as I say. Without argument. Hey, Henry. Maybe you can explain the meaning of this? I was just looking over the quotation that you brought today. Are you sure that this isn't a mistake? The price just seems way too high.
Really? It seems pretty reasonable to me. And it's pretty much in line with what we've always quoted in the past. On the other hand, this isn't the sort of matter that should be discussed on our personal lines, especially after business hours.
Why should that be such a big deal?
So anyways, you'll give us a better quote, right? And by better quote, I mean a lower price. I don't know if that's possible. What? Why not? I explained all of this during our meeting the other day. But this is the lowest we can go without it affecting the quality of our work. And it's exactly in line with all of your requests. And we've already cut down on the cost wherever we can. So, like I said, I don't think it'll be possible to lower the cost any more than this. I see. But don't forget that you're just a subcontracting company. You really have some nerve denying my request. I'm perfectly aware of our position as the subcontracting company. But that shouldn't mean that we have no right to refuse such an impossible demand. It's always been my policy to be perfectly clear about what we can and can't handle. That's the kind of business relationship we had with your company before you took over as our account manager. Our opinion has always been taken into account regarding every decision, and that's how we've managed to establish a trusted relationship between our companies over the years. The way you think that a subcontracting company should obey every demand that's thrown at them isn't the way we want to operate. It doesn't make sense that you should have so much authority. How dare you? Do you have any idea who you're talking to? You're just a lowly subcontracting company. Or rather, you're just the same antisocial loser that you were back in high school, to be honest. Either way, you're in no position to tell me what you think. I have no intention of giving any mind to your lowly opinion anyways. Whatever hierarchy you think there was back in high school doesn't exactly apply the same way in a business relationship. You may have precedence in terms of this job since you subcontract the work to us. But I don't think you should consider that as you having a higher rank or anything. What? Anyways, to get back to the original topic, I'm not in the position to make any changes to the quotation at my own discretion, to begin with. So there's no point in discussing this matter any further here. And especially because this is my personal number, and it's after business hours. It's more an inconvenience than anything. You're really starting to irritate me. This isn't even about you being inconvenienced. Don't be such a fool. Don't forget that if it weren't for my contract, you wouldn't even have this job. So don't think that you can get away with talking to me like that. Like I said, the decision isn't solely up to me. So, what do you want me to do? Don't try to talk me down like that. I know for a fact that this contract with our company makes up for at least 70% of your total business. If you're not willing to give us a lower quote, I guarantee that you won't be happy with the alternative. For example, I might decide to cut your contract and outsource the job to a different subcontract company. I wish I could tell you otherwise, but unfortunately, I can't make the decision regarding the price on my own. So if it's agreeable to you, I'd like to put this matter on hold for the time being. We can discuss this further during our next meeting. Oh, great. So you finally realize that it works out better for you to listen to my request. That's not what I'm saying exactly. But it is part of my job to evaluate any feedback we get about our work. And that includes any disagreements about the price. So for all intents and purposes, I'll bring this up with the managers. But I don't want you to get your hopes up or anything. Say what you want, but let's say that you do lose the contract with our company. Do you have any idea what will happen to you? You'll lose almost 3/4 of your total business, and you'll most likely end up going bankrupt. So I hope that you come back with a good answer for me. Hey, Henry! You better have an explanation for this. How come you didn't contact me directly and just went over my head with this? Huh? What are you talking about? You know perfectly well that I'm the one who handles all matters with your company. I'm your account manager. Why didn't you discuss any of this with me directly? You just went straight to my boss that you weren't able to lower the price on the quote. How could you just ignore me like that? We were just discussing this matter between the two of us last night. I'm completely disappointed in you. You're really risking this contract because of your stupidity. I'm glad you got the message regarding our decision about the quote. But I'm afraid your boss forgot to mention one minor detail. I'm no longer the contact person for this job. What? Wait, let me guess.
I bet your performance was so bad that your managers made you step down from the job, right? No wonder. I'm not even surprised. It serves you right for not listening to me in the first place.
But wait, I'm a bit confused. Maybe you can explain this as well, because I heard that you were no longer in charge of our contract either.
What?
Remember how you were completely unsatisfied with the quote that I presented you the other day? Well, I decided to bring your issue up with my senior managers, since they were the ones who decided on that price in the first place. And let me tell you that they were quite surprised with your claim that the price was too high. They said that in all the years that we've been subcontracted by your company, there's never been such an issue with our proposed quote. And they were quite certain that the former person in charge would never have come forth with such an outrageous demand. So my manager decided that he should speak directly with your manager to settle this matter.
No, that can't be.
Let me just get straight to the point then. Basically, it became clear that your irrational price negotiation wasn't on behalf of your company, but that you were, in fact, acting on your own authority without consulting anyone about it.
No. Wait, that's not all true.
And in the process of discussing this matter, I was also told of a very troubling situation about you. Is it true that this was the absolute last opportunity your boss was willing to give you?
What do you mean?
Well, this is what I was told. That you always place at the bottom in your department for sales performance. You leave the office frequently during working hours, but nobody knows where you are or what you're doing because you never answer your phone. And once in a blue moon, when you actually do close on a contract, it turns out that you just took the credit for a different colleague's work. I hope you don't think that anyone is actually fooled by your fake enthusiasm towards your job. Honestly, you should have been let go, or at least demoted by now. But your company decided to give you one last chance, as a courtesy to you. And that's how you came to be in charge of our account, because our CEO has been acquainted with your CEO for many years.
Whatever. Why does that have anything to do with this? It doesn't change the fact that I'm the one who handles the contract with your company.
Didn't you hear what I said earlier? I was told that you're no longer in charge of our contract.
I told you I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well then, why would you make such an unreasonable demand? At your own discretion, knowing that you were risking your job at the same time. And not only that, you also betrayed the trust of your company. That's just reckless and stupid.
Well, I can explain. The cheaper the order is that we receive from you, it'll be a profit for our company, right? In other words, my managers would have looked at that as my achievement and would have evaluated my performance accordingly.
But still, your demand to cut our quote by half is just ridiculous. That's just going too far.
Oh, be quiet. You're nothing more than our subcontract company. It's your duty to obey my orders.
You still don't get it, do you? The reason why your manager decided to remove you from being in charge of our contract is because you always think you're so much better than everyone else.
What do you mean?
Well, it's impossible to have a long-standing business relationship without there being a strong sense of trust in the first place. Not only do you have to think about making a profit, but it's also important to consider the kind of burden you're placing on the other party. A true partnership is established when both parties are willing to compromise when necessary and work together to build the foundation to manufacture the best product possible.
Who do you think you are, lecturing me like that? And besides, you're in no different of a position from me. Isn't that right? You said so yourself that you're no longer handling this job.
I know what I said. But unlike you, I wasn't ordered to leave my position. My assignment here is going to end soon, so my manager just decided that it was a good time to hand over the job to a different employee. I'll be returning to AlphaWorks in a few weeks.
What? What do you mean you're returning to AlphaWorks? Like, the same AlphaWorks that I work for? But why would you say that you're returning here?
Oh, so I guess you never realized it.
What is it? Just tell me already!
Well, my cousin is in line to be the next president of AlphaWorks.
Your cousin? You're kidding, right? But how can you be related? You have different last names.
That's because he's my cousin on my mother's side. His mother and my mother are sisters. Anyways, I was originally working for a subsidiary company of AlphaWorks before coming here. But my cousin saw how dedicated and hardworking I was, so he planned to take me in as his right-hand man when he eventually got named the president. And before that time came, we decided that it would be best if I had the opportunity to get some work experience elsewhere. So that's why I was given this job assignment, so I can train under someone else other than my cousin. But how could this be true? So, in other words, you already have a job lined up here? As one of the top executives in the near future? That's exactly right. It's too bad you only became aware of this just now, though. I plan to be back at AlphaWorks starting next month, and should be assigned to the CEO's secretarial staff. That's great news! Anyways, I was thinking, maybe we can go on a date sometime. What do you think? Of course, it won't be just any old date that's out of courtesy. I promise that I'll do everything and anything that you want. And in return, maybe you can promise me an advantageous position at work. You can arrange that when you start working as the CEO's personal assistant, right? Isn't this such a great idea? It works out to benefit the both of us. You get the opportunity to break out of your antisocial shell and go on a date with me, while I'll have a guaranteed position at work. You see? It's a win-win situation. You're really unpredictable, aren't you? Where do you even get these kinds of ideas? You don't honestly think that I would agree to go through with such a ridiculous offer, do you? There's just too much at risk. What do you mean? Well, first of all, didn't you say that you were married? Well, yes. And I told you that I'm already engaged and that my fiancé and I are planning to get married soon, right? I know that. But, you know, as long as no one finds out about us, it won't be a problem. Well, what I said before is really just an excuse as to why I'll never accept your offer. But let me be frank with you, because we'll never be involved in each other's businesses from now on. Both personally and professionally. And to be completely honest, I really dislike you, Natasha Harrison. How dare you? Wait, don't tell me you're actually surprised by this. The way you look down on me and my company for being the subcontract, and all the rude comments and insults about me being an antisocial loser. Did you really think that I was taking all of that in stride? No one should be bullied or harassed like that, especially in a professional environment. The real reason why I refuse to accept your offer to go on a date is because I absolutely hate you. Wait, don't tell me that you actually thought that I would be happy about your offer. Don't be so full of yourself. Well, that's not exactly what I'm saying. Most people would find it to be an insult to be used like that. I mean, that's if you have any common sense, that is. Let me explain. Oh, that reminds me. Your boss has been following our conversation this entire time, just to let you know. He's the sales manager for your company, right? What? How is that even possible? It's a bit too late now, but you probably should have given more thought to your current situation before acting like a fool. You were barely hanging on by the width of a hair, but you still thought that you would actually get away with doing something so stupid. You knew this was your final chance at redeeming yourself, but in the end, you just let your ego get in the way. And what a shame that is. No, you can't be serious. Anyways, there's nothing else left for me to say to you. Wait, please. By the time I return there next month, I'm quite certain that you won't be around anymore. Good luck with your job hunting, at least. Well, that's pretty much everything that went down. As expected, Miss Harrison was fired just a few days later. And from what I've heard, it became clear that her dishonesty was not just towards me personally. Supposedly, she's used her tears as a weapon to get her clients to sign a contract on more than one occasion. She was just a dishonest person through and through, and only considered things that were to her own benefit. And because her foolish behavior caused a disruption to the job, she was ordered to compensate for those losses. In addition, she had to pay for damages for initiating a relationship with a married man. So financially speaking, she's in quite a bit of trouble. Of course, her husband found out about everything she had been doing and filed for divorce immediately. He took full custody of their child, then moved away shortly after. Miss Harrison, or rather Miss Adams, now that she went back to her maiden name, moved back in with her parents for the time being. But all the whispering and rumors about herself must have been too much to handle, since she just disappeared from the house one day and never returned. However, she still continues to make regular payments for the compensation that she owes. So it must mean that she's alive somewhere and hopefully trying to make something better of herself.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to see more content.